What does it mean to be a filmmaker in the modern age? I'm Hutch, I'm a producer and executive producer, and now I run a 5-star rated community of filmmakers who are networking, collaborating, and just talking about bringing their projects to market in the modern age. But this was a question that was asked of a panel that I was on last weekend at the Ridder Film Festival. And I thought the question was really interesting, but I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on it in a public setting because we had an amazing debate that night and there were some amazing questions from the audience. But I just wanted to kind of give you my thoughts on like what that is. Now, on one hand, being a filmmaker has never changed, right? Finding which stories you're passionate about telling, finding your voice, making sure that you're technically adept at the thing that you're doing and practicing that, those things haven't changed in forever, right? The way that you go about doing them may have changed, and the types of stories that you want to tell may have changed. Your ability to tell more rich, deep stories may have gotten better, but mostly everybody is still in this process of finding out who they are, what stories are important, and what connects with their audience. But on the other hand, we live in a time where you can feasibly make a career, make a living from film without ever having to deal with the traditional audience. And never before has that been possible, right? If you were a filmmaker who was coming up in the 60s or the 70s or the 80s or even the 90s, even the 2000s, you needed the industry to accept you. You needed them to give you a job, to give you an opportunity, to give you your big break. But because of social media, you can now make your art and find your audience without them ever being involved. And that is incredible, but I also don't see that being used enough. But if I am to look forward 5 years, I think the next filmmakers that we all admire, that we all think are going to win Oscars and be lauded by the industry, they will have come from that route. There will not be people who have been selected by the industry. And to be honest, I think the industry plant thing that they keep saying in music is going to turn up in film as well, because there will be people who built this thing themselves, and then there will be people that the industry wants you to think came up that way.